Luna, Eli, thank you guys for coming by.
Thanks for having us, man.
Love the album, and I want to get to that. But first, I was wondering if we could talk about the origins of Holy Grail.
Yeah.
A little bit. So, for those who don't know, you started off, well, how it started was actually 3/4 of the band White Wizard. Well, what I'm confused about is I've read Fired and I've read Struck Out on Their Own. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about how that split came about.
Yeah, I mean, I can break it down for you.
Sure.
It was originally started with myself on vocals, our drummer Tyler Meal on drums, and our other guitarist James LaRue on guitar. And we had the bassist of White Wizard kind of ran the band. He was the oldest guy in the group. I think he was like 38, and we were in our 20s, and it was kind of like this hierarchy that he always had over the band, and he wanted to always keep it like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and that was kind of like this mold that he wouldn't break out of. And we all have different influences. We love classic and traditional metal, but we wanted to introduce more thrash metal and, you know, some more like Racer X or Cacophony type, like shred metal, and even some, you know, like Trouble or like, you know, slightly like hard rock, Sabbathy, stonery metal, and just kind of like branch it over with more technical abilities, and then not just so like trapped into this classic mindset where we can't like branch out and try to do other stuff with our sound. And that was kind of like the whole purpose we left that band and started Holy Grail.
Okay, just one more question relating to White Wizard.
Yeah.
Is just this morning I went to holygrailmusic.com. Now you might, I don't know if you guys have been there.
Yeah.
That site recently, but there's some harshly phrased allegations regarding you guys taking over or hijacking, actually,
hijacking.
whitewizard.com.
Yeah.
Then I went to whitewizard.com and there's no site there. What's going on?
Well, I mean, we bought the domain when we were in the band, and since then, John Leon ended up shopping our demos to labels after we'd already quit, signed it to himself, and then released the album without any permission. And so the album's out there, and we're not getting a cent from it, probably never will. And we all wrote the songs and performed on the songs. And
are you talking about High Speed GTO?
Yeah, High Speed GTO. Okay. He gets the all credit and all writing and all royalties for that. And so we decided to just keep the domain, whitewizard.com, until he somehow like gives over like, you know, a percentage or some kind of credit that we you know, wrote those songs, or, you know, we're a part of that. So yeah, we just kept the domain and just put a link to Holy Grail from it.
Right. So I take you guys and John don't hang out that much?
I mean, whenever we see him, he'll be really nice to us. But then when he writes us emails, he'll like write the most evil email possible.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, White Wizard's on, I think, their third lineup.
Fourth, actually.
Is that right? Yeah, I don't subscribe to their newsletter, clearly. But anyway, so after James Luna, and the other James and Tyler split off, you started Holy Grail, and then Eli, how did you join the band?
I knew James LaRue from San Diego. We're both from San Diego. We actually tried to start a band with another shredder guy in San Diego, but it was basically just wiener jokes and just shredding. It was
too much shred.
Yeah, it's too much shred, and we got nothing done. And then time had passed, and I guess LaRue had moved up to LA, and then they were looking for a second guitar player, and he called me up, and he'd sent me just demos of the music, and I was like way into it, and I wanted to join, so I learned like 4 or 5 songs in a couple of days for the audition, and I think they thought I was just gonna go say hi, and I showed up with my amp and everything. And that was even before I heard Luna even sing, and then I heard the White Wizard stuff, and I was like, oh, we got this guy. Okay, this is gonna be really fun. And I just thought we were gonna piss off a bunch of scenesters in LA and just have a lot of fun, and you know, now we're in Toronto.
Yeah.
And how has it been, you guys being I mean, like you said earlier, you incorporate different a variety of influences and styles.
Yeah.
But is it tough being a traditional sounding metal band, so to speak?
It's only tough because not too many people are, doing it. But at the same time, it's what we like doing. So it hasn't been tough, really. I mean,
And you've toured with some interesting bands, from Exodus. Now it's Blind Guardian.
yeah, and we did Amon Amarth.
Yeah, that's right.
In
And
April.
you were here with Tyr as well.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Amon Amarth
Yeah.
and Tyr. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So how do the different crowds react? Do you find it's harder with certain
I
sort
think
of
it's-
metal factions?
I think it's pretty much been similar all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just that love for, old school Maiden and Priest kind of translates into our sound that people like, and we do have a lot of good fist pump and horns in the air parts that
Sure.
people seem to like. So
Yeah.
it works out with those kind of bands.
I mean, I'd like to think that they're just fans of good songs, hopefully, because all the bands we've toured with write amazing songs, and so
Yeah.
maybe they like our songwriting too, and maybe that's it's universal, hopefully.
Yeah, I think screams and shreds are universal.
Yeah.
Solos, huge hooks, breakdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys have it all. So the album is called Crisis in Utopia.
Correct.
And did I read correctly that was it produced by Danny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no? He's done a lot of different kind of stuff. How did you end up working with him?
Well, yeah, I mean, our management had two guys. It was either him or what was the other?
Steve Evans.
Yeah, Steve Ebbets.
Oh.
And yeah,
I can
and
see that too, actually.
yeah, and those were the two guys that were really pumped to work with us.
Yeah.
But Steve wanted to keep it a little more old school than we really thought, and we wanted to make the album sound a little slicker and more modern. So we ended up going with Danny for that, and yeah, that was just based on our management hookup, and Danny was really pumped to work with us, so we went with him.
Any possibility of Renholder remixes?
Oh,
You know,
perhaps, we're not
I
sure.
would pay for that. I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah,
Alright,
he has
cool.
all the files, so.
Yeah.
He might surprise you. That's why he uses a pseudonym, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, guys, best of luck with everything. Thanks
Oh,
so much for
awesome.
coming by.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Explore Music wears English Laundry apparel.